Did you know that 8 out of 10 pet owners are accidentally damaging their dog's health every single time they reach for the shampoo? And the worst part is, they genuinely believe they are doing something good for their best friend. These are not rare mistakes made by neglectful owners, but are happening in millions of loving homes right now. Veterinarians see the damage every single week: infections, hair loss, chronic skin disease, and even severe organ stress. But most owners never connect these dangerous symptoms back to what happens during simple bath time. Only a small percentage of dog owners ever learn the truth about proper grooming safety. And those who do, their dogs live longer, healthier, and more comfortable lives. Watch closely until the end, because the final mistake is so common that professional groomers call it the irreversible one. Once this catastrophic mistake is done, you absolutely cannot undo the damage to your dog. Let us begin with mistake number 12, bathing your dog way too often. Most owners think more baths mean a cleaner, healthier dog that smells much better. It feels responsible, but here is what is actually happening beneath the surface of their coat. Your dog's skin produces natural oils called sebum, a protective barrier that locks in moisture and blocks out harmful bacteria. Every time you bathe your dog, you aggressively strip these vital protective oils away. Bathe them too often and their delicate skin never gets the chance to fully recover. It becomes dry, cracked, and inflamed, opening the door for infections, hot spots, and chronic itching. Over time, a compromised skin barrier forces the immune system to work overtime. This creates low-grade inflammation that continuously stresses internal organs, including the kidneys and liver. The fix is simple: most dogs only need a bath every 4 to 6 weeks. Dogs with specific skin conditions may need a vet-prescribed schedule, because more is not better, more is damage. Mistake number 11 is using human shampoo or ordinary household soap. You run out of dog shampoo, your own smells amazing, so you think, what is the harm? Human skin has a pH level of around 5.5, which is slightly acidic. However, dog skin sits at a pH of 6.5 to 7.5, which is nearly neutral. Human shampoos are specifically formulated for human pH and aggressively disrupt the dog's acid mantle. This invisible protective film is what keeps bacteria and fungi out of their system. The result of this mistake is redness, intense itching, and a skin environment where infections thrive. Use it repeatedly and you risk chronic dermatitis, leaving a dog that scratches itself raw. Dish soap is equally dangerous because it is designed to cut heavy grease and strips every protective oil away. Always use a shampoo specifically formulated for dogs and check the pH range on the label. Mistake number 10 is choosing strongly scented shampoos for your pets. What smells good to your human nose is actually highly toxic to them. Dogs have up to 300 million olfactory receptors in their noses, while humans have only about 6 million. What registers as pleasant lavender to you hits your dog like standing next to an industrial chemical plant. But the problem goes far beyond mere discomfort and nasal irritation. Many synthetic fragrances contain compounds called phthalates and parabens, which cause hormonal disruption and organ stress. These toxins absorb through the skin during bathing and accumulate in the body over time. Additionally, strong scents cause measurable stress responses, elevated cortisol, increased heart rate, and severe anxiety. Chronic stress from repeated scented grooming sessions creates long-term cardiovascular and immune strain. Choose fragrance-free or naturally scented shampoos with short, recognizable ingredient lists instead. Mistake number 9 is not rinsing the shampoo completely out of the coat. Most owners rinse until the water looks clear and assume the job is fully done. But shampoo binds heavily to hair follicles, and clear water does not mean clean skin. Shampoo residue left on the coat continues to react with your dog's skin long after bath time. It breaks down the protective barrier, traps moisture, and creates a warm, chemical-rich environment where bacteria thrive. The result is persistent itching, hot spots, and recurring skin infections that owners treat without knowing the cause. Rinse twice as long as you think is necessary, parting the coat down to the skin in sections. If you see any lather or feel any slipperiness, you must keep rinsing. Mistake number 8 is using water that is either too hot or too cold. Comfort for your human hand can be highly damaging for their sensitive skin. Water that is too hot strips protective oils even faster and can cause surface burns. Hot water also raises your dog's core body temperature rapidly, putting stress on the cardiovascular system. Water that is too cold causes muscles to tense, triggers stress hormones, and causes joint pain in older dogs. Use lukewarm water around 37 degrees Celsius and test it on the inside of your wrist. Mistake number 7 is failing to fully wet the coat before applying shampoo. When you apply shampoo to a dry coat, it concentrates in patches rather than spreading evenly. High-concentration shampoo sitting directly on dry skin is significantly more irritating. Additionally, a dry coat resists lathering, so owners compensate by using far more shampoo than necessary. Spend at least 2 to 3 minutes thoroughly wetting the entire coat before applying any product. The coat must be completely saturated with absolutely no dry patches anywhere. Mistake number 6 is scrubbing your dog's skin way too hard. A dog's skin is significantly thinner and more sensitive than human skin, being only 3 to 5 cell layers thick. Vigorous scrubbing with fingernails creates microscopic tears in this delicate surface. These micro wounds become easy entry points for bacteria, yeast, and environmental allergens. Use only your fingertips in slow, circular motions, because gentle always beats hard and fast. Mistake number 5 is leaving the coat damp after the bath is finished. This is one of the most common and damaging mistakes on this entire list. A damp coat traps moisture against the skin, allowing bacteria and yeast to multiply at alarming rates. This creates moist dermatitis, commonly known as hot spots, which can spread rapidly within hours. For thick double-coated breeds, the undercoat remains completely saturated even if the outer coat feels dry. Always dry your dog thoroughly immediately after bathing using a towel and a low-heat dryer. Mistake number 4 is using high heat when blow-drying your dog. Many owners reach for a hair dryer on high heat because it is much faster. However, high heat causes immediate, unhealthy moisture loss from the skin surface. It denatures the proteins in the hair shaft, creating brittle fur that breaks easily. More critically, it burns the skin's outer layer, often without visible redness at first. Always use a dryer on the lowest heat setting held at least 20 to 30 centimeters away. Mistake number 3 is skipping the brushing process before bathing. When a matted or unbrushed coat gets wet, the tangles tighten significantly. Water causes hair shafts to swell, locking knots into hard masses that are nearly impossible to remove. What was a manageable tangle before the bath becomes a solid mat that pulls constantly against the skin. Always brush thoroughly and remove all mats while the coat is completely dry. Mistake number 2 is pulling or cutting out mats the wrong way. Pulling mats apart with fingers tears hair from follicles and stretches already inflamed skin. But cutting mats with scissors is even more dangerous because the skin is often pulled upward into the mat. Thousands of dogs end up in emergency rooms with severe lacerations caused by owners using scissors. Use a mat splitter gently, or take your dog to a professional groomer to avoid injury. Mistake number 1 is shaving double-coated dogs too short during summer. Shaving them seems like an act of kindness to beat the heat, but it is the worst thing you can do. The double coat actively regulates body temperature in both directions and reflects summer heat. When you shave it, the dog is exposed to direct sun with no UV protection, increasing cancer risks. It also causes post-clipping alopecia, where the coat grows back incorrectly or never fully recovers. This damage is completely irreversible, and you can never undo it. Breeds like Huskies, Goldens, and German Shepherds should never be shaved down to the skin. Manage their heat through regular brushing to remove excess undercoat, proper hydration, and shade instead. Now you know exactly how to protect your dog's long-term health during bath time. Like this video and subscribe so you never miss a tip that could save your dog's life.